I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not
So
messing
you
up
the
my
contract.
college career. I'm on track.
You
I'm
go-
not messing none of this up. I'm outsourcing this because while
So-
I'm taking my exam.
It's happening in the back.
Yo, Vernita, what up?
What's up, KiMi?
How are you?
I'm good. How you?
I'm good. You're looking good. You know how black people, we had that one word where we were like, you're looking good in your denim. Go denim. Go denim. I see you, denim.
I feel very much.
See you, denim.
My mama loves denim. I'm all in my denim fields today. When she saw me, she's like, "That's a cute dress." I said, "Oh, thank you, Mom."
So when moms gives the stamp of approval,
is this gonna work?
you can rock out. You can leave the house. You can be like, all right, I'm good.
It's
Now,
gonna work
mom
for
say,
today. What you got on? You need to go look in the mirror. You should
How
go.
is mama saying?
She's doing good. She's doing good. Really good.
As long as she keeping you in line, listen.
You do know you're on her prayer list too. she has a whole list of names.
Whoa.
Whole list of names.
No, that means I'm covered. If Mama Sutton praying for me, I know that I'm covered.
So you're covered and I'm good. Is that
You're
what we're
good.
saying?
Because, again, like we said in the last episode,
12. 12. That's what we said.
But you look good.
Thank you. You too.
You look all bright and shiny. Look at you.
I'm feeling good. Tell me about you. How was your morning?
Oh, you really want to know how my morning was?
Not really.
You really want to know how
It
my
really
morning
was
was,
rhetorical.
Vernita?
I was hoping you'd say fine, just like me.
No. Let's get into it.
Okay.
So, let's talk about how my morning really started last night. Because I do recall
Okay.
you and I
Yes.
walking out of the gym. Chris worked the hell out of us.
He did, as he always does. He did.
You
as
were
he
late,
always
but we ain't
does.
gonna get into that. You were
That's
late.
all right. I got 30 minutes in. That's all you need. You only need 30.
We ain't gonna get into that.
I don't know why we need an hour.
And you looked at me.
Yes.
And I looked at you. And the consensus was that we would see each other in the morning.
That's what it was last night. You're right. Yes.
The consensus was
yes.
I'd see you
Yes.
in the morning.
Absolutely.
And so I'm gonna show you how God works because me and G are real tight like that. So I'm driving home. Get home, hop in the shower. I told you I had my chicken soup ready.
It was good.
Like, oh my God, it was so good. A little bit of the basketball game, turned that on, watched that a little bit, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take it down because I know we had crazy busy day. And something said, KiMi, text Vernita. Because, sometimes we do the 6:30 a.m. with Chris. Sometimes we do 8:30. And
That's
I wanted
true.
to make sure that you knew that it was 8:30 a.m. and not
6:30.
6:30
I really
a.m.
appreciate that reminder. It helped. It really did help.
And so tell the people what your response was. Tell them.
Thank you.
And there was more.
Well, I mean, yeah, there was more. You want them to know the. So the more was I had a chance to look at my calendar. And once your reminder, which I really do thank you, by the way, once your reminder said 8:30, not 6:30, because I did show up at 6:30 once and nobody else was there.
And you calling me.
I
and
did,
I'm
like, where you at?
And I'm like.
Because I almost walked to the block and called it a day.
Coming out my mouth, and I'm like, what does she want? It's 6-something in the morning. What do you want?
I want to know where you were because I was there. But you reminded me, and then I had a chance to look at my calendar, and I realized, 9 o'clock is too close to 8:30. I know we were supposed to work at 8:30, but I also said, I was thinking maybe I could go at 7:30, but I believe Chris has an appointment at 7:30. So I was like, should I cancel? It was a question because I could just get 30 minutes in. Should I cancel?
Really?
And
that was your thought?
I mean,
that was your initial thought?
I was looking for feedback from you, and you sent the appropriate message back. I think you should cancel. No problem.
Did I say that, or you?
Well,
said
I mean, it was.
Yeah. Come on, get it right, because we got. You want me to pull
I
up the receipts?
paraphrase. I believe that's where you were headed. I believe that's where you were.
Oh, you're a mind reader now.
In your heart,
that's how you do it?
In your heart, I figured that's what you meant. I don't know what you typed exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was along the lines of enjoy.
Ah,
Happy working. Because
that's what you thought.
I had a meeting. Yeah.
So I'm gonna get back to my workout session without you this morning because clearly when you're not there,
he goes in.
Chris is like, I'm gonna just fuck him. Like I'm gonna just give him everything.
I think he makes up stuff for you.
But I'm gonna tell you, before walking into the gym this morning, it was around maybe 6 something.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled on my phone, and you know how I tell you, me and G are real tight. God, and somehow Michael was dropped in my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
For my audience, Michael, I met Michael about 5 or 6 years ago now.
Yep.
I think he was in 6th grade, and he was a part of a young Black mathematicians program that I ran at this SPAN school. The school goes from K to 12, and everybody classified Michael as the knucklehead.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, everybody kept saying, you gotta meet, you gotta meet, you gotta meet, you gotta meet, you gotta meet. And I'm like, who they keep talking about? Like, who is this dude? Like, and when I met him, the coolest kid ever.
Yeah.
But now I can also say, probably definitely a handful. I laugh and joke with him. I'm like, he give me Tariq vibes from Power. Like, he can go, he could give you all A's, or he could
I didn't think
go
of
a whole
that.
nother route.
Okay.
But you know how there are kids as an educator, when you first meet them, you're just like, this kid is special.
Yeah, he's one.
And so he wasn't in the program. I said, Michael, you about to get in this young Black mathematician program? He was like, all right, I'm gonna see what you working with.
Okay.
Right? Kind of like, and it was cold, like, I want to see what you got.
He was checking you out. He was interviewing you.
I want to see what you got.
Right.
And he came, sat in the first session, and he was like, all right, you on to something here. I said, I'm on to something. I'm on to something? What do you think? And Michael and I, from that moment, me and that dude have been rocking hard together. And so I just texted him this morning.
Okay.
I just said, yo, what's up? You are on my mind.
Good.
I want to check in and see how you doing. I'm thinking it's like 6:45, 6:50. Like, he ain't gonna answer. I'm thinking about my days in the high school. I pressed it to the last. I got all the sleep. Like, so it was really time for me to head out the house. So I was like,
snoozing
I was like, Mike ain't gonna answer this. Mike not gonna answer this, right? 2 minutes later, top of the morning. I'm like, oh, I like
not
this.
Top of the morning.
This is my guy. He was like, top of the morning.
Not top.
I was like, yo, this is my guy right here texting me top of the morning. He was like, Dr. Wilson, how are you? What's good?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I just been thinking about you. You crossed my mind. I gotta pull up on you at the school. He's like, man, please do that. He was like, I would love to see you. And then he went on to say, I said, my next question was, I want to know how them grades are, bro.
Yeah.
How them grades hitting?
Yeah.
He was like, I got 6 A's.
A.
He was like, I got 1 B. I was like, what's the B in, bro? And he said, it's English AP.
AP. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's acceptable.
And so I said, no, it's not.
It's good.
I said,
a B plus.
And so then he said, her grading is real tough. I said, figure out a way.
Of course you did.
You know how I roll. Figure out a way to get through her grading. And I need that A, bro. I need that A in English AP. And he started talking to me about the AP exam and what he gonna get. And I said, I need you, bruh, I need 7 A's, dog. It's non-negotiable.
So the B plus he gets the 4 points in the GPA.
This is my guy. This is the relationship we have. He was like, I got you.
Okay.
He texted me back. He was like, I got you. I said, next time we talk, I need 7 A's, bro.
Okay.
That's how we roll.
Do it, Michael.
I expect nothing but greatness from that dude.
Yeah.
Because so many people doubt him.
Counted him out.
And he's been killing it.
Yeah.
And so then he went on to say, he was like, man, I'm so proud, Dr. Wilson. I just opened up my first bank account.
Oh, nice.
I was like, bro,
Nice.
You winning. So, I did the talking head, balling. I was like, you balling, bro? And he was like, yeah, man, yeah. And then he was like, and I'm working this summer.
Okay.
He was like, and I'm working an after school program. He was like, and on Saturdays, I'm tutoring kids.
Let's go, Michael.
I wanted to just cry right in my bed.
Right there.
Because he's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad for
And
him.
I can't wait to see this Black man go out and go into the university. Number one, the girl's going to be all.
I mean, they already probably are.
The girl's going to be all over my guy. I got to check in with him on that because we didn't. But I usually do that when I see him.
Yeah, yeah.
But did I ever tell you the time where I thought I saw Michael ditching?
No.
So I'm headed to our office, downtown office, right?
Oh, this recent then.
Yeah, and I'm driving, my side streets through the hood, as I always do. Me, side street, Sam. And I'm passing by the school. It's probably like 12-ish, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, yo, is that Mike? And I'm on the phone with my other homie, Mike, in the ATL. Shout out Mike in the ATL. So I literally was like, Mike, I'm roll down my window, Mike.
Shouting out the
my
car.
guy on the phone was like, what up, bro? Like, why are you yelling? You talking on the phone with me? I was like, not you, Michael.
Michael.
My kid, Mike, right? And I made a bust of you, like I'm about to be hot, like
breaking laws.
What you do? I did. Bust of you. Get to the bus stop because it's a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, yeah.
They had hoodies. This guy, I'm telling you, Michael.
You rolled up on a bunch of dudes at a bus stop with hoodies on. That's what you did.
Michael's
okay. How'd that go?
Doppelganger.
That's
right.
Nice.
I literally pulled up and I'm like, Mike. And them dudes looking at me like.
Of course they were. I'm glad they just looked. I'm glad they just looked.
And I was like, yo, my bad, y'all. My bad. And I texted him. I was like, where are you? And he was like, I'm in class.
Right, where are you?
I'm in class. I was like, I'm about to pull up. So I literally went into the school because by then I was already heated on my track.
Yeah,
so I was like, let me just go in and pop in.
No, you never told me this.
Got to meet his teachers.
Cool.
And he was like, oh, this is Dr. Wilson. This is my inspiration. Like, I want to be like him just like I grew up when I grow up. And I love that guy.
Yeah.
So that made my morning. And then I go to the gym. You're not there.
Let's talk more about Michael.
No. And you're not there. And so when you're not there, Chris starts making up shit. So now he's got this big pole. He's put a big ass weight on it. Now he wants me to lift up the pole up and down.
Did you lift the pole?
The other dudes in the gym was like,
what is that?
What workout is this? And what does it do? And the guy, and he was like, he says, I think this is going to give him power. And Chris was like, yeah, it's going to give him power. I was like, no, Chris, you making up shit, bro. And you making up shit because Vernita's not here. It's me and you, two dudes.
Oh, what does it do?
I hate when you're not there.
Not the man saying, what does it do?
He literally said, I just got a question, Chris. Like, what is this working? What does
it do? Oh, Chris is fantastic.
And you gone all next week because you'll be out of town on vacation?
I'm out of town.
Listen.
I'm going to do some stuff in the hotel gyms, though.
I'm going to some of the Knicks Boston games. No. I'm going to New York. I'm going to some of the games. Because, bro, what are you doing?
Listen, he's using his creative. You inspire him to be creative. That's what educators do. And he's calling you in, not calling you out. He's calling you in to this creativity that he's figuring out. And I'm just thankful.
Went and looked at all the equipment. You know how he stops in the middle of the gym and just does like this whole, he looks around at all the equipment, and then next thing I know, he just starts making up shit. Time resistance band to this thing. Like, bro, what the hell are we doing, dog?
The machines aren't even made for that.
This machine ain't supposed to do this, fam.
Yeah, I do think he gets very creative with just you. There are times when I'm there where I think he might make up some stuff. I'm sure he plans for us.
Imagine me solo with him.
I did. It makes me smile. You know,
wow.
I thought I thought at one point Chris planned for us until I saw while we were doing whatever exercise or combination of exercises he wanted us to do. I saw him stand with his hands on his make believe. That's what my grandma calls it. on his make believe and look around. And it was a look like, what they gonna do next?
Yeah.
He does that.
He does that shit, and
Now,
it pisses me off.
I tend to gravitate towards fear. It doesn't make me upset. It makes me fearful because he gets real creative at times. But when it's just you, he's like, oh, I can. With me,
I'm gonna get this.
he puts on, he handles me with gloves sometimes, which is nice because,
I don't like that.
he should. But
I don't like
with
that.
you, it's like, let's get into it. And it's almost like he's doing this thing.
So
I love it.
when we hear next time,
yeah,
I'm gonna probably slide off the couch because I'm gonna be no good.
Listen,
We're already, you see, I got the pillow behind me propped up to the, like, I'm in pain.
Well, let me just tell you, Chris is about the mindset that really deals with what we're going to talk about today. He is about making the most of the time he has with you. He is. And I think him making up, tying bands, putting the weight on the pole. I don't even know how he got the weight on the pole. I really do need to see that. Did he record it?
It was some, I literally, it's crazy you say that because while I was doing the shit, I really wanted him to take a picture and be like, send this to her.
I needed that video.
Because she needs to see it. She needs to see it.
That's something he couldn't do with me. I just don't think it's made for me to do something like that. But I really just wish I was there for the conversation. When another trainer, it was a trainer that said it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another trainer that said,
What is this?
What is this? And what does he do?
He got me throwing weights.
I threw weights yesterday. He had me do that yesterday. Yeah, that was a thing. But and with me, I think he gets a little worried because I did the exercise he said. I threw the weight up. He said, "Did you throw it?" I said, "You." I wanted to say you
and catch it too.
I did both.
And
I was like, well, did you see it go in the air? I didn't say that because I didn't want him to get mad while he's still making up my regiment, But I threw the weight as much as I could throw it. Then he said, well, is it heavy? Yes. That's why you didn't see it go up too high. But
sometimes your weights look like
listen,
they're real light.
No.
But anyway, welcome to Skoolturf. This is episode
Trace.
003.
003.
Oh man, I'm your host with the most. KiMi in the building, and I got the lovely, amazing, beautiful, talented, genius mind. I'm gonna stop because now you getting just see
going.
the ego blowing.
I'm trying to be humble. Right.
We got Vernita in the building.
Vernita's in the building. So, KiMi, what we
what's
talking
going
about
on,
today?
Vernita, in these education streets? What's happening?
KiMi, we talking about, like I said, not wasting time.
Man,
not wasting my time. So in this episode 3, we're gonna get to an article like we normally do, and talk about not wasting time. But we
waste kids' time in school, man.
Every day, all day, and we waste it with crazy stuff.
Crazy shit.
Let me just tell you the title of this article.
Okay. Oh no.
So you can talk about how we waste kids' time instead of teaching kids math or arithmetic. I don't say it like that. Instead of teaching
you went
arithmetic,
school.
Instead of teaching the 3 R's?
Reading, writing,
arithmetic without the right? Instead of teaching that, this teacher, a high school teacher, I gotta say allegedly because it's in the article, allegedly asked a student to kill her husband.
Wait.
Allegedly,
run that back.
High school, they call it staffer, but when she's holding when they looking at it and she's doing the mugshot, the mugshot picture don't say teacher, but the caption says teacher. She don't hold a mugshot thing that says teacher. That's not what it says.
I shouldn't laugh at this shit.
In her mugshot,
I really shouldn't laugh at this.
There's a caption that says teacher as student. So this is the inverse. I just thought teachers pay teachers, but this is
what?
Teachers pay students. So a high school staffer / teacher, high school teacher allegedly asked student to kill her husband. Guess for how much? This is gonna make you laugh. No, this is not funny.
It's really not. I don't know why we're laughing.
It's the day, bro. It's the day.
What? So, I'm still stuck on this. I gotta wrap my mind around the And I know you're about to tell me the price.
Yes.
But I just got to wrap my head around.
She did. She asked him.
A teacher, staffer, whatever the.
Asked the student.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, and I keep assuming it's a male student. It could have been a female because, you know, we women, we could do stuff too.
Man, listen.
But she asked a student, it doesn't say male or female here, to kill her husband.
How much?
$2,000.
Oh, hell no. No, girl, you better run.
$2,000.
You're running me more than this.
$2,000.
You're running me more than that. The math ain't math.
That's
if
all
I'm
you
going to do
got?
this, you running me more than 2K? Two racks?
You wasting my time. In fact,
you really wasting my time.
You wasting my time so much that I'm telling on you.
Yeah. Now you just insulted me. I'm going
to tell.
What I say, I'm going to the OFFICE
You spell that
and
joint.
say, this chick just offered me 2 racks. Fire her. Because she don't know math.
Yeah, right.
She don't
gotta
know math.
know it costs me more. It costs more than that just for me to.
Please, Vernita, get into it. I need some deets. I need some deets
so
on this.
Let me read. So a staff member. Oh, this was in Ohio. You know this wouldn't happen in LA. It couldn't.
Kids gonna be like, "What you talking about? 2,000?
Oh, that's the down payment.
Right. I can't
She
even
did give a down payment. She gave him a down
I
payment of
can't get enough
200.
Snickers with 2K.
Nobody's
doing
buying
with 2K?
shoes with
Man,
murder.
no.
Who buys shoes?
You coming with me with a proposition? My whole house with sneakers, and 2K ain't gonna get it.
Who buys shoes?
2K ain't gonna get it. Read it.
With assassin money. Okay.
Read it.
A staff member at an Ohio, or doesn't even say, at an Ohio high school is accused of trying to hire a student to kill her husband for $2,000. This is according to the criminal complaint.
Jesus.
And names the staffer. She's only 44. She was charged with felony conspiracy for allegedly asking a juvenile at the school, at the high school in Columbus, to commit the murder, according to the probable cause affidavit, and paid $250 cash as a down payment for the job. That's what it says. It's a down payment for the job.
Where is this school? She ain't teaching in the hood. I can guarantee you.
Listen,
she not.
Franklin.
She not.
So she noted when the kids would be out of her this is her ex-husband, out of her ex-husband's house. She gave him details about when the children wouldn't be there, and he worked from home, so she could just go. The student could just go. So, when the student must have asked if the neighbors would hear the gunfire. She advised they don't care.
So my guy is asking. See, we already know he's a thinker.
He's a thinker. He's like,
because he's asking the critical questions. Okay, if I do this, I'm still mad that he even entertained this for $2,000. But okay, I'll move on from that. But he's now starting to ask the critical questions.
Yeah.
Did they go through with it? Does the article say that they go through with it, or
no? I think it was messed up before it happened. You know, Kim, I was just thinking though, a $2,000 offer would waste our time
as a kid.
But as a kid, $2,000 sounds like a lot of money.
No, it does not. Would you do it, Vernita? Would you entertain it?
First of all, let me just. I'm not gonna name my parents' names, but I'm gonna say Jerry and Verby. No, $2,000 isn't worth the crucifixion that I would. I can't kill nobody. I couldn't even say the word lie. Killing is out of the question.
Yeah.
So no, I can't.
I mean, once you said kill, I'm like, little mama, you lost face. Like I don't do orange. I don't wear orange very well.
No, orange is not the new black. It does not look good on me.
For me.
No.
But I think knowing Lil KiMi, I just would have been insulted at the price, dog.
You would have been.
I really would have been insulted by the price.
She couldn't get to the price with me. As soon as she said kill, I would have fell out. Can't kill nobody.
I might have been like, girl,
kill?
What we talking?
I know some people
now I'm going to outsource this. I'm going to outsource this. Girl, how much we talking?
Okay, this is bad.
Yeah, pay me. Now I'm going to outsource this. Because that's why my price would have been higher. Because I'm outsourcing this.
You can't.
I'm not doing this. I'm not messing
so
up
the contract.
My college career. I'm on track. I'm not messing none of this up. I'm outsourcing
You going to contract the contract.
Absolutely. I'm outsourcing
you
this.
Going to sublet.
I'm outsourcing this.
Sublet the murder contract.
I'm outsourcing this. Because while I'm taking my exam,
It's happening in the back.
Don't worry, little mama, I got you. I'm just taking the exam.
And you get a text when it's done. We don't even have text back then when we were in high school.
Like
we had beepers though. You could beat me when it's done. So
that's crazy. But I think my bigger question I think now is, and it goes back to something you said in the last episode we did, right? Psych exams.
Yeah.
And measuring teachers' well-being. But first of all, this is something, that I've always stated. A lot of people ask me to come into their schools and do professional learning communities. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing, I can talk to principals all day and they say, well, this is what my school needs. And I always love to take the first time I'm there and just go and observe and talk to teachers and just be with teachers. And that's when you find out so many teachers. And so sometimes principals will be like, I need you to fix my math. I need you to fix this with my teachers. They're not doing this. They're not doing this. And then I'll go and observe and do my conversations with teachers. And I'm like, before I get to the math part, your teachers are broken.
Yeah.
Some of your teachers are going through a divorce. Some of your teachers are battling a substance abuse. Some of your teachers are battling mental health issues. Some of your teachers are battling so many insecurities. So many teachers are worried about losing their jobs.
Yep.
And for me, where was the mental health services or a space where this teacher could talk to someone and let her know, let whoever know, hey, I'm actually having thoughts of paying a student to kill my husband.
It's crazy.
Can you help me talk me through this? But this again, Vernita, something you and I always champion. This now requires our world, our nation, policy to really give a damn about teachers.
Yeah.
Because there's no way in hell this woman should have been struggling
to this level. And she didn't just get to the point where she wanted not come and talk to me about, are you going to, there were a whole lot of things that must have led up to that. Right?
Absolutely.
It had to, she didn't wake up one morning and say, he gonna die. Let me ask little KiMi if he's down to do that. Like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And so just even putting the time in, when we talk about not wasting time, it's not just with children.
Nah.
Putting the time is the one resource you can't never get back, ever, right? Putting that it's an investment in whatever you put into it. And so putting that time into our educators, our site leaders, our district leaders, ourselves, putting that time into children, you got to put the time into the adults that are in front of the children.
Yeah.
Because if not, adults end up wasting children's time all the time. And those observations you were going to, how often did you see, in all of the observations you've done, KiMi, Dr. KiMi, and all the observations you've done, how many times did you see a classroom? What percentage of times would you say that you saw a classroom that was effective with student learning? That means students, no doubt in your mind, children were learning.
You want me to go
just
quantitative on this?
Give me a ballpark.
You want me to go, man.
Ballpark.
Classrooms where kids were really.
Yeah, they were learning. No doubt in your mind.
We in the single digits, dog.
Yeah.
Maybe 5% of the classrooms that I visited.
Right.
There's some actual student learning, student engagement. I got high participation. I got kids wanting to be there. Because, we just was observing a teacher.
Yes, we were.
We ain't going to say no names.
And this teacher was recommended to us.
Recommended like, oh, they the truth.
They're the
truth.
They
got it going on. Oh, they bad. Go observe them.
And we did. And we didn't go by ourselves because you and I could be critical. We know our level of education. We know how we.
And we that top tier.
We are.
And so when we walk into a classroom, we not looking for us.
Right.
We're looking for
something similar. We're looking for students
very
to
close
learn
to us.
Right.
But we know that we didn't come out the gate who we are now.
Exactly.
And so we had to build and grow and teach and trial by error, trial by fire a lot of times. And so when we go into observe teachers, we're going with that open mind, open heart, like, yo, we are really looking to see some while I'm teaching. But even if we don't, are we seeing glimpses of good teaching?
Yeah.
And the first thing you and I know, when I'm bored, when I walk in that shit, I know my kids are.
Yo.
When I'm bored as an adult, I know my kids that are sitting there listening to you are also bored.
Right.
We're sitting in this classroom, in the back of the classroom.
Don't tell it.
We sitting in the back of the classroom. The classroom got full of kids.
Don't tell it. Tell it. Tell it.
We watching this teacher.
Yeah.
And this teacher is just giving instructions, giving directions. And I got one girl in front of me on TikTok the whole time.
Looking up, what was she? Do you know what she was?
Remember, she was looking up. She was looking up fashion stuff, and then remember, I think she must be getting some braces.
She gonna get
She
braces.
getting ready to get braces.
She was looking up the European braces.
She was looking up different styles.
Braces that go on the inside of your teeth.
She was looking up Invisalign.
All of it.
All of it, right?
All of
She's
it.
looking
Watching
up all of
videos.
it. Watching videos. Her and her friend having conversations.
Yeah.
And remember, you and I never said one thing to the little girl.
No.
But then the class goes to recess.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that was my opportunity to spark up a conversation with Lil Mama, Miss TikTok.
Miss TikTok.
little
right.
TikTok, right? And I said, hey, how you doing? She was like, hi, eager to talk to me. Remember you saw her?
Cool.
She was very eager to talk to me. And I said, how was recess? She said, oh, I didn't go to recess. I said, well, what did you do? She says, oh, I'm a part of a book club.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me I got this student who opted not to go to recess, but instead is enjoying her book club. But she's in class doing instruction on TikTok, braces. Hey, teacher, you're wasting her time.
Right.
Because you got brilliance sitting right here in front of you, and you wasting her time, so she's tuned you out.
Yeah. And I checked in with her. It wasn't like she wasn't doing the work. The work was done. She was teaching the girl next to her. She knew whatever was coming. She knew if she waited long enough, because this teacher's style was such that if she waited long enough, the answers were going to come on the board in a minute, right? All that independent work with your partner, work with your team, and then you end up putting the answers up in a few minutes. She knew all she had to do was wait. Brilliance. Why would I waste my time trying to figure this out if you're going to give it to me? I need to look at the braces I'm going to get. Like that was her thought, right?
And remember, I had the other guys. It was a group of guys at another table.
Yeah.
They smiling at me. They showing me flipping their laptop.
Right.
Trying to get my attention and show me things.
A whole lot.
And I'm looking at this teacher like, you gotta see this shit.
Yeah.
You gotta see that kids are not tuned into you.
No.
And you walking around, we watching kids not even engage each other. And I know for you, and me, we experienced the same thing. I had to push my kids out of my class to go to recess. I was like, yo, y'all, like recess
is my break too.
Like I wanted a break, but my kids would be like, I'm like, y'all, it's recess time, and they'd be like, oh,
they trying to do
we liking this. We want to continue. That's like, and I had to push. Literally, I was like, y'all, like I want a break, dog.
Come back. Lunchtime.
I want a break. Lunch. I'd have kids want to be like, oh, Mr. Wilson, what you about to do for lunch? Where you going? What you week?
I know.
But that speaks to, I don't know why teachers are just really not developing dope relationships with their kids.
Right.
You see these kids more than their parents see them oftentimes. I knew my kids.
Yeah.
I knew what they liked. I knew what their interests were. You know, I had a student who everybody kept saying, oh, when you get him, he's not a reader. He ain't going to read. He's not going to do nothing for you. And I was like, cool. Like, you know, I was one of those, and I know you probably like me. They had those CUME files where they told you when your class comes in, look at the CUME files.
No.
Like, I don't give a shit what another teacher wrote about this kid, because I'm not going to take whatever they say, good, bad, indifferent. I want to judge this kid on my own merit and see them for myself. So I remember principals would always be like, well, here's the CUME files for your entire class. Keep it.
Right.
I'm not going to read it.
No.
And then, he gets in my class, and I could just tell no one had been feeding him and learning. No one had been feeding him. Immediately, I was like, bro, what you like? He named me every basketball player. Bet. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm running everything in basketball through him. So I'm running literacy through math,
Yep.
literacy,
Math,
basketball, math, basketball, science, basketball. I'm running everything
Nice.
he needs to know through basketball. Analysis. I had him watching games. He was watching games. You know, one time he was like, I think his parents ended up getting a TV because I end up buying a TV for his parents.
Wow.
But I had the game on in my room and I was like, we gonna watch it. You gotta reach kids to what they love,
Yep.
what they have a knowledge for. And so I was able to teach him how to read, do math. You know, math, basketball ain't got nothing but heavy, crazy stats. I was like, give me how much Brian score?
Mm-hmm.
How much Brian score?
Mm-hmm.
What is his points per game?
Ratio.
So
Yeah.
I'm bringing in all of these things and he's loving it. He's like, yeah, oh, Mr. Wilson. Now all the kids who had, because, kids, I worked in them schools. Kids come in. He can't read, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, God.
He can't read. No.
I've been there.
Okay, call him that. He going to read with me.
Right. And that's not what we do here.
Because we going to find what the connection, what the tie is.
Yeah.
And he's going to read, bruh.
Nice.
And so we just have so many teachers that are not in tune with their kids. And I'm just like,
they're not taking the time to build the relationships. What they forget, KiMi, is that children choose to learn from you or not learn from you.
man, say that again.
They choose to learn from you
'Cause
or
I think
not
the
learn
audience,
from you.
teachers watching, please hear that.
Learn from you or not learn from you. And it's all based on relationships.
Bruh.
You and I do it. Everybody does it as an adult. How many times have you gone to a conference or gone to a lecture or just anything academic, and before you know it, you done sized them up and decided, you don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You and I talked about one of the most prominent people that people look to for cultural relevance.
Oh, you don't say the name,
I'm not
please.
going to do that.
Please don't say the name.
I don't have money to give away.
Please
I'm not
don't
getting
say
sued
the
for nothing.
name.
I don't even know.
Because we know a lot of people in these
but I
education
know this
streets.
this one is a buzz name. And this person, I'm not going to say he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just going to say he's running game on people. He's running game.
Leave it. Don't say he, because now we start nervous.
They are running game on people.
Yeah.
And they're running that game on people that don't look like us. Talking about what they think it takes to make our children, when I say our children, I mean black children pay attention. You don't need to clap and get a beat and make them dance. That's not what gets their attention. Our children are more than that, right? And so when you tell other people that's what it takes, and you look like the black children because you black, they believe you. Then they start doing all this hokey business to try to get our children's attention instead of just teaching them, and stop wasting the time. Stop wasting our kids' time with what you heard from that person.
And you raise a good point, because I had a teacher observe me. And, sneakers. I love sneakers.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, that's my end with a lot of kids. Yeah. I'll walk into a school, kids will immediately look at my feet, and they like, yo, they want in. And that starts a conversation.
Yep.
It starts a conversation. They're like, yo, those are fly sneaks. Yeah. And we just talk. And then I start asking what their name is. Then I start asking who they are, what they like. It's a conversation starter and a piece for me, but it's authentically who I am. Right. So I had this teacher observing me, and he decided to go buy some sneakers.
I don't even want to know.
He starts showing them off to the kids.
It's showing his shoes.
So the kids now come to me. They were like, Mr. Wilson. I was like, what's up, y'all? They were like, I don't want to say his name.
You're right. Mr. Blue just bought.
He bought these sneakers thinking like he gonna connect with us. The kids, they were like, that's you.
Huh.
That ain't him.
No.
So he comes to me. The kids come to me, but I'm like, I'm not gonna say nothing to him. Like, I'm gonna let him see how this really moves for him. So he comes to me. He's like, yo, KiMi, I tried the sneaker thing, and it didn't hit like, it hit for you. I said, and it's not gonna hit.
Right.
I said, because that's not authentic to who you are. Right. And so I said, I know what your thing is. And he said, what? I said, you're a dope ass martial artist.
Why'd you have to tell him that?
I said, and he was like, yeah, that's my thing, KiMi. I love it. I said,
do that.
Rock out in that. I said, do you know how many kids are going to be impressed by that shit, bro? Sneakers are authentic to me.
Right.
It's authentic to how I grew up, where I came from, what it means to me. Sneakers mean a lot to me. You see me rock them in a suit. It's a part of me.
Yep.
Find what's a part of you, because kids will smell and call bullshit
Real
when
quick.
you are trying to please them or do something that's they like. Kids come to me all the time, be like talking about, oh, this teacher so and so. Yeah, that ain't them.
Yeah.
They trying to fist bump like you. That ain't them. I always tell teachers, be authentically who you are. If you like fishing, rock out with fishing.
Right.
And you gonna have some kids in your class like, you fish?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Right.
I want to do that with you. You're a writer. You're a singer. You're an artist. You're a sculptor. You're a painter. Rock out in what's authentic to you. And then you're not wasting kids' time, because it's authentic to who you are, and you bring that to the classroom. Now you developing dope relationships with kids, because they're like, yo, I like what he does. I like what she represents. I'm going to do it.
Just be real, right? I don't have the talents like you have. I don't care about shoes.
No, you got talents, though.
I do have talent. I'm pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Uh-huh.
But
you got a BS in mathematics.
Right. Oh, don't.
Inside joke.
If you don't know, it's inside. It's an inside joke.
Don't say it, because we're going to get a lot of mail from
not
people
gonna say
that
it.
have. Right.
You're right. I got a bachelor's science. But even just investing the time. So like I said before, it's not wasting the time you have, even with yourself, right? Like investing that time in you to discover, like, what I'm still at a loss of why you had to tell him what his thing was, right? How did he not know? And why didn't he put in the time to say, okay, KiMi's thing is the shoes, right? My thing is martial art. My thing started off when I started at one of the best high schools, not one, the best high school in SoCal. It is the best. But when I started off at my first year teaching there, I didn't know what the thing was, but I do know I was just real with kids. I know they wanted to start. When I finally made the connection, and the connection was just me being me and telling them, I didn't know all the rules of being a teacher. I didn't know what you're supposed to say and what you're not supposed to say, what you're supposed to do. And that little TEP program class, that didn't mean nothing. Not when kids are telling you they love you every day. And I don't think you're supposed to say that. I don't know, but they did. They told me that. And guess what? They got it back, right? Yeah. Being real to children every day. Because if you're not, they might not be able to say it, or why they don't like you, or why they're not going to learn from you. They just won't, right? Yeah. They might not be able to pinpoint it and verbalize it. They'll just decide, not her, not today.
And you know, speaking on this wasting time, I just got to say it, because we got this platform, but I got sick and tired of seeing so many black boys sitting in the back of the classroom.
Didn't we see it when we observed that teacher? Where were her black boys?
In the back of the classroom. Yeah. Now, mind you, growing up, I was that kid. I wanted to sit in the back because, you know, I wanted to goof off. Yeah. And, you know, I was one of them, like, I goofed the hell off in class, but my grades was tight.
Yeah, they better
so teachers always had an issue, because my mom would go to parent-teacher conference and they'd be like, KiMi talks too much. He's always bothering other kids no matter where I move him in the whole class. Yeah. And my mom's like, I get all that. Okay, I'm going to deal with that. What are them grades? And they'd be like, oh, he's great.
Yeah, right, right.
And so I'll never forget, I was walking and I thought this teacher would have her shit together, because I'm walking with the superintendent. It's a whole delegation of us. Okay. And I'm observing this school site. Walk into this teacher's classroom. I see these two black boys sitting in the back. And she's engaged in a lesson. Now, she got all the other kids on the carpet. She's engaged in a lesson. And now, mind you, now they've been pushed in the back, but they still in the back like this, raising their hand, wanting to participate. So I go up to them and I said, why y'all back here? And they come like, she put us back here. She says we're being disruptive. We're not. And both of those boys knew the answers to every question she asked. And now you know me. She's in the middle of this lesson. You know I don't usually bother.
Oh gosh.
I went right up to her on the side and I said,
"What'd you say?"
Not only call on my boys in the back, but bring them to the carpet. Because whatever they've done, it ain't that deep. Whatever they've done,
right?
It's not that deep. And a part of me was like, even though she's othered them in this very moment, they still want to participate.
That's our kids.
And they still want to have at it. And it frustrates me when I see kids sitting in back of the classrooms, isolated. What is it? Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Better yet, and here's what a lot of teachers don't do, which I did so very successful in my early career. If you got a skill gap in something, partner up with a fellow teacher who's better at that shit than you and let them handle it. Me and my colleagues, you know, I told you I hate geometry. You know, and I told you I had a bad experience.
Yeah.
I got out of that with a B and I was like,
thank God for that.
Thank God. And I'm the egg king, but I was like, so I shouldn't say that because then if Michael watches this.
I hope you listen to Michael.
I hope Michael don't hear this because now I just put it out there. I got to be in geometry. So he gonna be like, why are you sweating me on my AP? Why you sweating me on my AP English?
B+. Yeah.
But then I had a girlfriend in
none of that matters.
Undergrad and she was like showing me math major.
Okay.
BS. Math.
Oh, okay.
And she showed me how to do geo and she was just like, KiMi, you just had a bad teacher. You can do this.
That
you got it.
matter.
You can do it.
You had a bad teacher.
And so I'm watching all of these teachers. What pains me is I'm going to different schools and I don't see that they have good relationships with their colleagues to where they can come in the classroom. So if I had geometry, and when I saw geometry in my lesson, yes. Can I teach it? Yes. But I was like, yo, Mr. A could do this way better than me. We gonna flop classrooms. I'm gonna go teach something he's not bad at it. He's bad at it in his classroom. He gonna teach something I'm bad at in mine, and let's switch. So if you can't handle black and brown boys, and if you can't handle black and brown kids, swap.
Swap. Or better yet, get it together. Oh, yeah. Get it together. Because you can't swap out all your children.
Yeah, because you gonna burn.
You can't swap out all your black and brown and give
them to you.
What's left?
I got all your kids. I'll be like, Vernita over there teaching 2 kids.
When you walk into that classroom,
I got all her kids.
You can't go to a school and it looks like segregation in 1960. You can't do that.
Nah, real talk.
And so, get it together. I mean, I hear you with
but I just want people to be. I want people to understand. Like, what are my deficits? You know, I think teachers are very guarded. They don't want to say, I'm just not good at this.
That's pretty sensitive.
I'm being honest. You know what I hated? I hated grading. I teach my ass off. I'm teaching my ass off, and I'm giving you the best.
Wasting time. I hated
But now that grading, I was like, I know my kids know this shit. We ain't got to do it. We ain't got to do all this.
Are we talking about wasting time? Just saying.
We wasting time with grading and them.
It's a waste of time.
Them staff
It's a waste of time. Oh, don't do it.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Because we still need to talk to
districts. We still need to talk to districts.
All that's relevant. But it's all important. I'm just saying, the worst way, it doesn't stop KiMi at sitting black kids in the back or putting them over to the side or not calling on them and not really acknowledging their strengths.
Yeah.
First of all, we're a demonstrative people, period.
Yeah.
Right? And not even accepting that. It doesn't stop there. It stops, it goes further to just not even giving kids access. Right? Not even giving them access to the grade level content that you're required by law to give them access to.
Exactly.
When you send a kid out, when you send them to another teacher, when you swap, or not even swap, when you send them away from your instruction because they're being disruptive or that you don't even know. And sometimes with a kid like Michael, and I didn't know Michael as long as you did. I met him that one summer, and he might not remember his first words to me, but it was chaotic in that auditorium. And Michael just looked at me, and I'm watching the craziness. And kids are sitting down. Teachers are saying, sit down. Somebody's trying to get the mic and get ready to pull us together. And he just looked at me, looking around, and he said, how you doing, miss?
That's Michael.
That was his only word.
That's my guy, man.
I said, I'm good. How are you? He smiled and said, I'm fine. It was just a mess. It was a hot mess there. And so when we look at kids like Michael and we write them off, right? You don't know what that genius will be cultivated to.
Yep.
That genius right now, 6 years later, looks like what? It looks like 6 A's and a B. Soon to be a B plus. Soon to be moved up to 7 A's.
I'm trying my hardest to get this dude to be valedictorian.
Oh, he's going to be it. He's going to be it.
I didn't tell you about it. So I had him go and find the ranking where he ranked right now. I had him go.
What's his number?
I had to, last I checked, he was like, I think he was like number 10 in the school. And I said,
he's probably sharing that.
Who doesn't number? Who doesn't number?
Invite me more than 9.
Like, who's it?
But it's the
access. Who are these people?
And making
and
sure.
He named one girl. He said one girl that's just killing it.
She's good.
He said since she started the school, nothing but A's.
Yeah.
And so.
But even knowing about it, even him having access to it, right? He might not have even had access to get the GPA, the weighted GPA, right? Because people are like, no, he's not honors. He's not AP material. He's getting A's, but let's keep him, right? Until somebody came and advocated for him, or he began to advocate for himself, because he's not no wallflower.
No, Michael wanted him to, he will go in class and be like, what? This is not funny. And I shouldn't encourage his behavior. But I was there teaching, and he was in another class, and I walked in and I said, he saw me pass. And he came out and I said, Mike, what you doing? He's like, he ain't talking about you. And I was like, Mike, no.
But was it true? It's probably true. But it was. Kids recognize, and smart kids like Mike recognize when we're wasting those time. And it's about the adults that don't know how to handle children. Not even handle, because children don't need to be handled, but don't know how to respond to children like that.
Yeah.
Michael, from what I saw, he wasn't the kind to cuss you out. He was just the kind to go do what he needs to do. You wasting my time, so I'm going to go over here where my time's not being wasted.
Yeah.
You're not teaching me. How many times have we were at those schools. When I stepped out of the classroom and I was able to do some coaching and visit classrooms, and I walk into a class and a child say to me, oh, miss, they teaching just because you here. That's not what we do.
Yep.
Why? And then
kids will let you know.
And then let the teacher know. Why are you acting like this? Because Miss here. What? Right? So kids recognize when you're wasting their time, but some of the worst parts of wasting time is just not giving students access because you deem, or even because they've shown you that they're at a certain level, students are at a certain level, just because I can't tell you what percentage of my students were not at grade level when I met them, but I would say 98, 99.
Yeah.
I didn't encounter a whole wealth of, out of my 5,000 kids that I've taught. That's a lot of kids. But I taught secondary, right? But out of those thousands of kids that I've taught over these 20 plus years, I can't tell you that 10% of them were on grade level. In fact, I would venture to say maybe 2 or 3 when I met them. Maybe 2 to 3%. And that's still big, thinking of the thousands that I've taught.
No, because we taught in schools where there were tremendous foundational gaps. Right. People who, number 1, didn't love on our children.
No.
Number 2, didn't support our children.
Didn't give them what they
needed.
needed.
Only lifted up the kids that came in.
Right.
No one shit.
Right. And so for those children, that the majority of my children, I exposed them to grade level content no matter where they were.
Absolutely.
No matter where they were. Because it was my job.
Absolutely.
It is my job to get them ready.
Absolutely.
Whatever steps somebody else, because it's not their fault that they don't have the skills. Some grown person didn't give it to them for whatever reason, whether it was behavior or biases or whatever. The grown person that was in front of them at the time they should have gotten those skills didn't give it to them.
And the craziest thing that ever happened to me, Vernita, was this one kid, his teacher kept sending him out and sending him to me so much that finally that kid looked at me and said, yeah, I like it over here, so I'm going to just go get my stuff and we're going to just stay here. And I said, yes. So I literally had to go and talk to the teacher.
Tons of times that happened to me.
And I said, we're just going to move him to my class.
I didn't even talk to the teacher.
And that that kid cut a fool in that other teacher's class.
I believe it. I believe it.
And so we just developed great relationships with kids.
We do. We do.
And we did the work. And so if you are a school out there in need of creating amazing teachers like us, y'all might want to call Skoolturf. Hey, let me hear it, everybody in the building. Clap it up. Skoolturf, Skoolturf. Yeah. We have our professional learning communities where Vernita, myself, my team, we come to your school. We do workshops. We do learning series.
Mm-hmm.
We just really want to make education amazing and great for not only teachers, but students, but for the entire community.
Absolutely.
We work with parents.
Yeah.
We do parent workshops, teaching parents how to do math at home. And ain't got to take all day.
No.
You know, I always tell parents, just spend a little bit of incremental time each day with your kid.
Mm-hmm.
That adds up to an hour a week. You good. You
it.
don't know how much that additional hour that you spend with kids will help move them along in their life's journey and education. So go to our website, equationstosuccess.com. Skoolturf. We in the building. We
We out.
You didn't waste my time today. I'm glad you didn't waste my time.
Not this day.
I'm really glad you didn't waste my time.
It was a good talk.
It's always a joy to be in conversation with you, Vernita. And I hope that joy extends to the gym and you showing up when you come back.
I was with you to the end.
I woke
you had me right until the end.
Gym because I want to feel joyful again and not have
That's okay. We have some great editors. A great production. He can cut
Tommy,
out that last piece.
All of this in.
Cut that last piece out, Tommy.
Keep all of this in. Skoolturf, baby. And we out.